Yeah, man, that's, I feel like I got backstabbed. That really sucks. Kind of really pisses me off. I felt like I was building those relationships with those guys, and to have 6 guys vote for me on the very first tribal, really, I just don't understand it. I don't know what happened. Maybe I came on too strong, but it is what it is. I'm still pretty pissed.
They put a big old Jeep. I saw so many names like scratched out.
Hey, does anyone know what tank was?
Holy crap, my heart is still racing. I really thought I was about to get voted out, but with a change in turn of events, there was a secret alliance going on that was voting out Garrett. So I will have to see who is all in that alliance, because there was only 4 votes, whatever it was, that went for Kyle. So I know the people that I was talking with all voted with it, because I don't think we heard anything different. But that obviously means that we are quote unquote in the minority alliance.
Dude, that man gets a nice vet tonight too, so.
All right, I did not expect that at all. I thought everybody was gonna go Kyle and everybody went Garrett. Garrett was sitting right beside me, and the anguish in that man's face was not pretty.
Dude, I heard him whisper too after like 5 names. He was like, I did not see that one coming.
Yeah, no, he whispered that to me, dude. I was like,
I didn't see that either, honestly.
Yeah, I was very surprised that it was
not even like on the map for him. That was really impressive.
So it's a cutthroat world out there, but my name wasn't put in the box, which is good.
That's why, like, when he told me to vote for it, sorry, Kyle, I'll say that I had to vote for you, because I'm the only one that was surprised. He was the only name that was told to me, and then like when he told me that, I was like, wait, why the frick am I voting Kyle? Like, there's literally no reason. And then no one said anything else after to me, so like I went under tribal, like, gotta be Kyle.
So I basically ran the vote over here, which is very interesting. I didn't think that these guys would just let me walk in and do that, but happy to do it. Last game, Garrett told everyone that I had an advantage, so came back and he's out now. Sorry, Garrett.
I never even heard Garrett. If it was Garrett, I probably would have gone on board, because he is scary, but it was.
Yeah, scary.
No,
Kyle's not
I just know Garrett, so I know I can vote him out.
Now that I've already voted for you, I wouldn't have voted for you if I could do it again.
I don't think it's ever a good thing to receive votes, but I expected them to come, and I knew I'd built up a pretty strong base. That's why the vote ended up 7-3. I think I feel a lot more comfortable after the first vote, knowing that I am with the numbers.
Short one. Okay, guys, no codes this time, okay?
Let's
so maybe
go.
this is more physical. That's what I like
right.
to hear. That's what I like to hear.
No codes. We do physical things.
Okay.
Blue collar.
Yeah. Captain's log. Ship under attack. Send 4 on a lifeboat to fetch help.
Oh man. Do we think time is of the essence here, or like does it start at this, like a certain time?
What do you mean?
Like, is this immediately?
Should we?
No.
I feel like-
Go!
What are we doing?
There was a vote that I was prepared to do. I was writing a K. Kyle was going in my thing, and just like that, it disappeared. On the way to tribal, I was talking with Kyle. We were like, yeah, I think we should vote Garrett. I was like, yeah, whatever, Kyle, you're going. And then he said, yeah, these guys are with me. I was like, which guys are with you? And then so I went and talked to them, and they were all like, yeah, Garrett. And I was like, I gotta switch.
Be the challenge.
Yeah.
Every second under attack.
Wait, so only four of our team is in this one, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Granted, last time you said 1.
I think I would love both the returning guys to be out.
But yeah.
Dylan's like pretty chill, and I don't think he's always like super competitive, but I also think he's smarter than people give him credit for. And he keeps making a lot of comments about me and my gameplay last time, which are positive comments, but also I think will put a target on my back. So I'd love to see them get out. So
This is what
Ship under
Madeline is
attack.
scary. I
Send
love her
4.
dad. She's super fun to talk with. But Madeline, she's watched so many episodes of Survivor.
She knows
what
exactly
challenge
what
this
she's gonna
is.
say, what that means.
Now Ned apparently has done some new ones, but like she probably knows exactly the challenge this
Yeah.
is. So they're like preparing for it, and we're over here like,
Well, it's nice to have her
Yeah.
here then.
Yeah, I know.
I
It's
know,
nicer
it
over
was.
here than
Maybe
over
she
there.
likes
So,
you.
yeah.
I talked to a a lot of the guys that I voted with, and basically they all promised that they would be loyal to me if we ever meet up in the future and that they owe me something, so that's good.
I still don't understand why y'all put me on a freaking spelling thing when I told y'all I'm dyslexic. I still don't
Yeah, I know. Billy goes, he goes right out the bed. He goes, guys, I'm dyslexic. And I was like, all right.
Ned really called me out and said, who here thinks that their name's on the list? And I was the only one who put my hand up. And I feel like that's just something I probably shouldn't do. You probably shouldn't put your name out there as someone that's getting voted for, because then people are more likely to vote for you. So to keep my name kind of out of the loop, I think it's just follow the lead and try not to shake too many waves and just see what happens, what everyone votes for, and vote with a pack. So 4 on a lifeboat.
So out of us 4, who would, you know, because we don't know what it could. If we're thinking physical challenge, but I don't think it's gonna be anything too physical. Yeah. The thing that I did learn is that Bryce and Kyle are pretty good friends. So I'm thinking I'm gonna team up with Bryce and kind of get on their side and kind of link up. Me and Bryce have been talking a good bit, so we got I think a pretty good relationship brewing right there. So I think it's gonna be more like, you know, you have to use your brain a little bit.
Strategy going forward is going to be pushing through, maybe jabbing that in and saying, hey, maybe, you know, we were ready with Kyle on the last one, so but we're going to play that by ear because I know that he's got alliances already, so we'll see. It's going to be a good game.
Girls and Kyle showing at camp. Not a whole lot of animosity or any kind of drama because we're all just vibing and getting along, so it's been pretty peaceful.
I'll just say we expected y'all to beat us in the puzzle.
Really?
Really?
So you're thinking y'all will win in other things?
Yeah.
Physical challenges, I assume.
For this first challenge, I was one of the runners, so I was blindfolded the whole time. I was trying to listen in and like see if I could come up with anything, but I couldn't see anything, so I was totally useless. But the other girls did great, so we ended up winning, so it worked out. Honestly, we're just kind of chilling right now, enjoying our victory. Ate all our cosmic brownies as a little victory snack, so we're not really strategizing a whole lot, we're just kind of getting to know each other. So we're kind of hearing from Kyle, who's not with us, about like how the boys have been kind of strategizing.
I want to hear what the guys are saying about the girls and guys being separated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What they think. Yeah, like what do they think?
Like, what do you mean?
About like if they can beat us or what they think about it.
I'm not sure how much I should discuss.
Okay. Now you have to. Yeah.
I know a lot of the guys on the other side, and they are a lot in the same friend group, and so I knew that he wasn't in that, and I wanted to just basically split them up. I wanted them to be able to not choose an outsider, but have to choose someone that they knew. So that kind of tears them apart a little bit to give us the chance to have a stronger team.
There could be like a group on the outskirts so that they had to vote out their own people. So trying to force their hand to make their tribe, I guess, weaker.
I think the biggest threat would be Sam. I don't think she's made like a wrong decision, but I also like wouldn't be surprised if she knows more information than what we know. And there's something that she's not telling us, so.
I didn't necessarily like get the vibe that they were going after me, but you can tell like watching out for like maybe like an outcast is much appreciated. So as the hostage, that was quite the surprise. I really wasn't expecting it, and so kind of some information that I've learned being with the girls for a little bit of time is Sam, the captain, saw me as a little bit of an outskirt from what she could have thought could have been an alliance forming, so she did that just to protect me. So I definitely appreciate that. I feel like the girls kind of have my back. And then we were talking about earlier, like me coming back will definitely like cause, I think, somewhat of like a division, or at least like an interesting interaction, right? Because now I'm going to have information about the other tribe that they're going to be interested to hear. You know, this interaction, just like building that relationship has been good, because I feel like if we were to mix later on, or eventually when we get to merge, when we're all playing on the same tribe, I think that will really give me an advantage for forming alliances with girls in the future. I think it'll just be interesting of how I decide to kind of use that leverage with the guys, and hopefully they'll see that as a reason to keep me around.
You know they're gonna be like, all right, what'd they say?
Yeah.
What's the tea?
So how are you going to use that to be an advantage and not put a target on your back? Because that's going to be hard, you know? That's $1 million question right there. How do you keep the target off your back when you came over
I guess
here?
we have to think about it.
I think that Sam being the team lead is almost putting her at, I don't know, it's an advantage and a disadvantage, because I think she's almost like outing her experience very, very boldly, and I think that could bite her in the butt later. But also, I think it's definitely doing a good job of unifying our group, because I mean, we're all kind of allied right now.
When you go back, who do you think won't be there anymore?
That's a good question. It seems like the other Kyle has been the target. I guess we'll see. I'm excited to...
That would be interesting.
It was really out of left field. I would not have thought Kyle as my person that I would have voted off. But there seemed to be at least sounds like a solid 3 people who maybe voted for him.
We have been talking to Kyle, and he's told us a little bit about the guy side and how they're kind of teaming up on the other Kyle Montana. I think he's gone.
If that's the case, yeah, let's run through the scenarios.
Kyle Roscoe is definitely tight with most of the girls now. I think they don't see him as a threat, and I think that'll play in his favor. I think he definitely has a strategy up his sleeve, and we'll see what it is.
All right, come on in, guys. Welcome, Bonnie Tribe. Bonnie Tribe getting your first look at the new Calico Tribe. Oh man, Garrett voted out.
Interesting.
There you go. So, Madeline and Kyle Roscoe back on your original tribes. Welcome home. Okay, I'll take immunity back, Bonnie. Are you gonna come get it? Okay, so once again, immunity is back up for grabs. This challenge tonight, some of you may have played it, is 4 on a couch. Okay, so how this challenge is going to work is there are 2 benches. Those are the couch. All of you are going to randomly choose a name from a bucket of someone else in the group. And so you are going to be someone else during this game. So what's going to happen is there's going to be an empty seat in one of these seats. If the empty seat is on your left, you have the power to call someone over to sit in that seat. So the name you draw is the name that if it gets called, you are the one who gets up and moves. And when you move and sit in an empty seat, you switch papers with the person who called you. So names are constantly going to be switching. You're going to have to keep track of what names are where. And the goal is to get all 4 seats on the couch full of people from your team. Okay, Bonnie Tribe, you have 1 extra member. You're going to need to sit out someone. Who's it going to be? Carrie sitting out? Alright, Carrie, you can go stand on the side. Everyone else, have a seat. Guy, girl order. Alright, so I'm going to come around, and I am going to have you randomly pick a name out of the bucket. Don't look into the bucket, just pick one piece of paper. Don't show anyone what this is. Keep it to yourself. Nice. since there's an open seat to your left, you will begin. One name you're picking.
Samantha.
Now Logan, yep, you have Samantha. You go take the empty seat and trade names with Bryce. Kate, you're up.
Logan.
No, Kate's up.
Yikes.
Brittany.
It's Tanner.
Okay. Hey.
Cheryl, man, you can't say it.
Huh?
It's the name on your paper, you can't say it.
Oh.
The fact that you caught that so quick.
It's not looking great.
Dylan.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, Sam.
No, you say.
Right,
What's name?
Oh, here.
Not like you just say this could take some time.
Rotate.
Girls have 3 on the couch. Logan. What is that? Soul and Crystal. Wow, just like that, Bonnie Drive wins immunity for the second time. Alright. Okay, congratulations, Bonnie Tribe. Come up, get immunity. Alright, it's yours for the second time in a row. Okay, so captains, I'm gonna need to see y'all up here. Sam, as part of the winning tribe, you will get to select a hostage first or second. It's your choice. Second. Okay, Logan, that means it's on you again. Who are you taking hostage from the Bonnie tribe?
Okay, I don't know names. Yeah.
Paige. Okay, Logan selected Paige to be hostage for this round.
I know your name, Paige.
Sam, that means now it is your turn to choose someone from the Castaway tribe.
I'm gonna say Bryce.
Nice. With that, Bonnie tribe, y'all are good to head back to camp. Enjoy another night off.
Now I'm straight up sad boy hours. Now I'm actually sad boy hours. Like one loss is like, it's tough. It's not good.
Alright, Castaway tribe, unfortunately, I'll be seeing your tribal council again very shortly. That's all I got for you. Head back to camp. Good night.
Good night.
I don't like this. Weird.
You're safe. What are you worried about?
Losing 2 challenges, honestly, I think obviously like morale is kind of low, but dog, we did everything that we could. It was 100% chance. We had absolutely no way to even get a say. And it's like not unfair by the game, it just like got very lucky. And so honestly, we're just been like trying to figure out like who can we vote out with like feeling the least bad, you know? Sometimes you just gotta make those tough decisions when no one actually messes up.
Throw it in the thing.
Give us one more chance.
No.
Al's got the
See, you have to send it. Yeah!
Take down.
That one hurts. Now the girls have a 2-person advantage against us, and whenever we break up into our separate groups, girls are going to outnumber the guys, and we are kind of worried because they've spent a lot of time together and they've won all of the tournaments, that they might go against the guys later on down the road whenever a team loses, and so kind of concerned.
There's nothing we can do. Right? Like that was just.
I think we lost like it was fast enough to lose it.
Yeah, tough draw.
mean, there was only one extra move taken. So,
Yeah.
Oh well.
This one was tough. I mean, there's almost nothing we could have done about it, so I don't blame anyone in particular. But it's just is the luck of the draw. Sometimes it goes that way.
We probably needed to split up more than we did because I think we just spent the last like 45 minutes all sitting here in one group.
Didn't come up until like 3 minutes before the tribal council.
Cal. Kyle. Cal. I forget his last name. Moresco? Poor guy. I mean, he doesn't stand a chance. Well, honestly, he's just been gone, and it's between him or Caleb right now. I know that.
Hey, Mom. I'm doing good. Survived the first one. We'll see how long I go, but still having fun.
Poor guy. He doesn't stand a chance. So I'm just going to have to go with the group, I think, on this one.
So, have you thought about any other than
That's what I was. I feel like everybody is somewhat on the same page.
My plan right now, it seems to be pretty unanimous. It's going to be the other Kyle, it seems like. Kyle Mellon. We don't know his name. So the way that I've seen Survivor shift is that you kind of move with voting blocks and it's much more fluid. And so I want to just continue to form relationships right now, continue to build trust. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to be fluid and be adaptable to the situation.
I think that's fair. I think he created probably solid relationships during his time there. I don't know half the girls' names, to be honest. Like, I haven't talked to
know the
a
girls
lot
at all.
of them.
I don't know
and
the girls
so,
at all. Yeah.
like, he has that advantage over everyone else. At the end of the day, we're going to be competing against whoever's still here. And so I think it does make sense.
We're going to have a pretty strong majority on this one. We're going with Kyle, Hat Kyle. He has just spent some time on the girl side, which was kind of unfortunate that he got kidnapped, but we were just kind of worried that he had made some alliances with them, and especially if the groups do merge later, we didn't want other alliances going on. So we think it could be a threat in the long run, which is why we're going to vote him out now.
It seems like the one unanimous choice was almost just going to be the Kyle that got picked to go over there. We were all like, that was the one everyone was kind of going to just pick.
Yeah.
But,
Okay, well, what were you going to say? You were going to say something?
Or no, yeah, I'm going to get closest allies. I would have to say Bradley Jacobs and Kyle Montana. I feel like Kyle Montana has a strong hold on a lot of the people here, and he's able to carry a lot of weight. And then, Bradley, I mean, we rode together, so if he votes me out, he can walk home.
I don't want to like split the group apart. But.
Yeah. This works. Do the same. A little
bit of this, a little bit of that.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Right? I'll be like point blank.
Give it a second.
I'll be point blank. Yeah. So we need Jonathan over with and Kyle, and so we were thinking Caleb. Yeah. And so we've all yeah.
Okay, so I was like, that's the name we're going with.
Yeah. So I've heard Caleb and then Cap Kyle. I can't remember his last name. I think it's going to be pretty unanimous on Cap Kyle, just because I think a lot of the guys are uncomfortable that he was with the girls for all that time. So I know Caleb got thrown around a good bit. I know I threw Caleb's name a little bit as just kind of an alternative. So, but I think this one's going to be fairly unanimous.
Guys, can we just not lose the next one? I don't want to do this again.
That's all been learned. Like the last one sucked. I mean, I didn't know what the heck I was doing that last one. It was like 4 couches. Everybody just scrolled.
No one blames you. Literally, no one blames you. You literally did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I do not have any close allies, which is honestly really unfortunate. I think the closest allies I would say would be Tanner and maybe Bryce. But that's a whole can of worms, because I think there's a strong group, and I don't know if I'm a part of it, and probably won't be a part of it to the end, but I'll go as far as I can. 20 minutes is like a short game.
Yeah.
That lasting like what?
I'm hoping these next challenges though are like a bit more like where we can do something. One thing I was really disappointed in the scene was that Bryce ended up getting taken hostage. I was planning on staying pretty close with Bryce, Dylan, and Kyle Montana. So the fact he's over there kind of throws a twist in the plans a little bit, but definitely I think that group of 4, once we get all of us back together, I think it's gonna be good. So yeah.
what are you thinking? So we were kind of thinking about 2 different people.
Okay.
So like one, we were thinking like potentially Caleb. So I think like Bradley in that first group we had mentioned him. Again, like nothing that he did, just like very quiet. Sorry, I can use this.
Oh, you're good.
So he's just been like pretty quiet and not like sure how much he can help.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then the other one, and I think we kind of all see this coming, but like Dylan at some point, I think we're gonna need to cut off, just because of like he's obviously very experienced.
Yeah.
The debate was kind of between, do we get rid of the weakest link or the biggest threat?
Yeah.
But right now we're sucking at challenges, and so I think we could use the expertise. So between eliminating biggest threat or weakest link, I'm at least leaning towards weakest link.
Yeah.
We see Dylan as a pretty big threat, having a lot of experience at the game and been leading our group so far, versus Caleb really like not doing anything wrong, just been like super quiet and just like haven't been able to get much of a read. But you know, those were like kind of 2 names that we were talking about.
So I think if we're down 2 guys, I don't think they're going to keep guys versus girls at this point.
Yeah.
And so I honestly think not having the whole like kicking out the weakest link, I don't think that makes sense as much. So I think Dylan would make more sense.
I think Dylan was the one because also, again, like the longer they stay in, then it's easier for the people who've played it or who know what they're doing to be able to swing anything that they want to do.
Yeah.
While there's more of us that haven't played or that are all here new, we can all kind of still impact, which is why that worked last time.
I think it's split again. I was in the middle last time, and I think I've been in the middle now on this one too, where some people were on the move to vote out Kyle, who was in the other group, since he might have alliances with the girls already.
I'm hoping that like when we mix, because you know it's gonna happen, that like I would say pretty good rapport now with the girls. I can like try to help work some sort of like an agreement or like an alliance later on. You know?
And then some of us are thinking that maybe the move was to vote out Dylan and go ahead and get the 2 people who've played before out, since at some point they're gonna have to be out of any of us are gonna try to win. And while we have more votes with new people before they can try and swing anything, maybe people thought voting them out first might be the best move. So still trying to figure out which one it's going to be, whether it's going to be Kyle or whether it's going to be Dylan.
Then if that's what y'all are feeling, I can go back and talk to, gosh, I gotta remember names.
There's Jonathan over there.
Jonathan, Paige,
and Tanner.
Yes, Tanner.
Paige has a vote. Jonathan, Paige.
Yeah. After meeting with Logan and Bradley, they were also thinking about Dylan. And so we've kind of been slowly regrouping that original group to let them know, like, hey, we're going to switch over, vote out Dylan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect. I was trying to see what this was. In case they come over here, Dylan, that's going to be the target.
Okay. Which was, I think, the plan that we all agreed on
basically
last time.
They're
you don't
saying
think that if we're getting rid of both the people who played last year, we're hosed?
I'm just a bro for the night. It's interesting. It's kind of funny to hear everybody's sides and like how they're seeing it, because whenever we were talking to Kyle, whenever he was on our side, he was like, yeah, everybody's just getting along, and he dropped a few names. And then these guys are acting like, no, everybody's great. So I'm like, I don't know. I think I know some things.
Well, his idea, I think it's fair, is that like guys are going downhill so fast, we're gonna have to start mixing soon, like sooner maybe than planned.
Right.
And so might as well just get the strongest out while we can.
Like at the end of the day, so we're gonna have to vote him out at some point.
And even if we have to vote someone off again, I think we kind of have an idea for the next person.
Yeah.
But I think that's 1, 2, 3. So there's 4 of us plus.
There was the other group of 5 of us, which
plus
is
Logan, which is 5.
Caleb was there.
So that's the majority too. We just need to tell Tanner.
I feel like Dylan knows what he's doing. I feel like because he's like been in the game before and he knows what he's doing, so he's a threat. But it's also very early, so maybe Caleb. I don't know. They're saying Caleb because he doesn't talk very much. I don't know. I don't know him.
I just don't know how to spell his last name. So it's yes, do you know how to spell his last name?
Who are you talking about?
So you don't know. Just kidding.
I got a vote.
I know. So we're gonna vote for Dylan. You know last name? What is it? You talked to them the longest time.
I didn't ask his last name.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. I mean, we can just ask GM.
Why are you? Why?
Yes,
why though? Like, why him?
I don't know.
Well, it's unfortunate, but I think it makes the most sense for the tribe, which is Kyle. Kyle with the hat, as he's referred to now.
My thing is like when the teams merge later on.
I will say, like if we end up merging girls guys, he did make a lot of alliances with the girls.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what we were pretty sure he was doing. He went over to the other side and was obviously hanging out with all the girls, and hearing from an inside scoop, he was making alliances over there. So it's just more of a guys thing that if we want to keep a strong alliance here, we should probably get rid of them. Going into merge, we need to make sure we have the numbers.
Well, that's why.
But that could help y'all too.
I don't think it.
But
like
for
baby
it
groups,
could. No, I'm sure you're saying and it could. There is some merit to that, and that's what I mentioned. I think in the group we had a conversation. I was like, I think he would vote with us, whatever we go with, but it's. Do we want to risk it? Go for someone else?
Yeah. When it's
unanimous vote.
It seems like an easy vote for
exactly.
So we have a lot of names thrown. I feel like we are kind of confused on where we're wanting to go. I've heard Caleb. I've heard Kyle, the one who went over to the girls' tribe the first time around, and then I've also heard Dylan. All three different reasons. I was one way with one person, and then I got talked into another guy, and I don't even know what I want to do now. And so this one's confusing. I don't really know what we're going to do, but I guess we'll see.
Alright, welcome back, Cafu Tribe, to Tribal Council. Man, sad.
It is sad.
So, Caleb, what was that commotion just about? I heard some noise. What was that?
Oh, we saw several shooting stars. It was pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Tanner, tell me about what was the hostage situation like this time? Like, how has that impacted things?
It's good. It's been an interesting dynamic. I mean, I wouldn't say really went any differently than whenever we had Madeline over here. So Paige just turned into one of the bros for a little bit. So Madeline was one of the bros. Now she's not one of the bros. So
yeah, Dylan, I hear some whispering. What's that about?
I was getting confused about numbers, so nothing to be really concerned about within the game. I looked around and I said, wait, where's the 9th? I do agree we have 9. I just saw 8, and I was very confused, and then I was gently reminded that the other member is on the other team.
Yeah, Paige, how has that been over here? What's it like being one of the guys?
It's been fun. We had some good talks.
shooting stars.
Yeah, I've been looking for shooting stars. I never saw one, but they did. Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, Jonathan, so tell me about what was it like after the challenge? How was morale?
It was a little low, to be honest. Yeah. We split off for a little bit, had some conversations, and then started talking about the speed of light, so I think it really shifted.
Yeah, Kyle, Morosco, Hat Kyle. Is the speed of light, do you think that's relevant to tonight? Is that going to come into play?
I mean, describes like the most fundamental nature of how our Earth functions, and so you just never know when that kind of particle physics is necessary.
Yeah, Bradley, what was the vibe like back at camp? Like, was it calm, or was there a lot of scrambling going on?
I think we were like as calm as we could be. I think like we kind of just tried to get over losing another one.
Yeah. Speaking of next challenge, Logan, what are y'all gonna do? We're gonna win. We're gonna win. Yeah. Kyle Montana. What's been going on? Have you all been talking about any advantages back in camp, or what's the story behind that?
No, I mean, I don't think we've really talked about like advantages in terms of like community rivals or anything. I don't know. I feel like people have mainly stayed with groups, so I haven't really seen anybody looking for that.
Yeah, interesting. Is that kind of the general consensus? Or?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Unless someone's got something on with that.
So I think with that, it is time to vote. Caleb, you're up.
Sorry, but it's a threat that needs to be taken care
All right, I'll go tally the votes. If anyone has a community idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Okay, I'll get the votes. First vote, Kyle Morosco. Dylan. Kyle Morosco. Dylan. Kyle Morosco. Dylan. It's 3 votes Kyle Morosco, 3 votes Dylan, 3 votes left. Dylan. Second person voted out of Survivor Lake Fork, Castaway Cove, Dylan. Dylan, bring your torch. Dylan, tribe spoken. Time for you to go.
Hi, Dylan.
Man, just like that, you've taken out both of the returning players. And I don't know who is left to target on your tribe, but might have to find out soon. Alright, good night. Y'all head back to camp.
Votes for Kyle Morosco. Kyle, it was really good knowing you, dude. We talked a lot about a lot of random things related to our jobs. You were super cool to talk to, and I really hope we get to know each other after this game. There's nothing personal. It's just the fact that you went over to the girls' side and obviously made some alliances over there. So we heard, but also we just want to keep our side strong, and there was a chance that you might flip over to their side. So we wanted to see. It was just an easy vote for us, but unfortunately you were the easy vote. But nothing against you, man. You're a great player. Hope to see you afterwards.
It's all about the hat.
Sorry, brother.
Sorry, but it's a threat that needs to be taken care of.
This vote was out of my control.
Making too many moves early.
No hard feelings.